For parents and students preparing for college, the federal government has just released the new and revised FAFSA. That's the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. This is the first year for using the new streamlined FAFSA, and any time a new program is rolled out, it takes some time to get used to it. That's why we've invited Diann Cosme. She's the director of My Student Aid with MyLeap, which stands for Michigan Department of Lifelong Education Advancement and Potential. Hopefully to answer some questions for us. Good morning, Diann. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. My wife will tell you that I have an abhorrence of forms. I hate them. Filling out forms is one of my least favorite things to do, but you got to do it sometimes, especially for this. Who should be filling out this new form?
Yeah, actually, it's really any student that's thinking about enrolling in college. So our continuing students and new students who are thinking about enrolling in the fall semester, even for the new students who maybe haven't made a decision yet on where they're going to enroll, they can still complete the application now and list multiple schools on that application.
And why does someone fill out these forms in the first place? We should start there too.
Yes. So this application is it's the gateway to financial aid resources, right? So we're talking federal resources. So you have your Pell Grant, you have our new Michigan Achievement Scholarship, which was started as of the class of 2023, and institutional grants and scholarships are determined with the results of this application. So it's really critical to open up some pathways to resources to students by completing this application.
And since we did say that it has been revised, how is it different? How is this FAFSA different than before?
Yeah, in the past, like for our continuing students, they're really going to have a different experience with completing this application. There used to be a ton of questions on the application, not necessarily related to the student's actual household. So the application is more intuitive. So you'll only be asked questions that are related to your household. So how you answer one question determines the next question that's being asked. So it's very intuitive. What we've heard from our students and families who have already completed the application, they've actually indicated it's really easy to complete. They have completed it in a half an hour or less, whereas in the past it could take up to an hour as you collect information to try to answer those questions. So it should be a friendlier experience for those who abhor applications. This is one that it shouldn't be too painful to complete. It should be really streamlined.
I like the sound of that, Diann. We would have less boxes to check and all that. Half an hour instead of an hour. I like that as well. Is this form available now? I mean, obviously, when you're looking for financial aid, if it's not, or if there's any backlog, people get worried. Are they going to get that aid, that financial aid?
Yes. So the application was available as of the end of December. So it's out there now 24/7. You can go out to the FAFSA.gov website to complete it. And it's available to our students at this point in time. So this process does look different this year. We normally, the application comes out in October. Now it's came out at the end of December. So the time frame seems a little bit more compressed. What we will say, to our students and families is, there's still plenty of time to complete the application. There may be a little bit of a delay to hear back from the colleges as far as results from the application. That information is delayed in the schools receiving the information until about mid-March. So hold tight, complete the application. Information will be sent to the student once the schools have the results in mid-March.
And two quick follow-ups for you. Is this online only, or is there a paper form they can fill out? And again, if people need help with other questions, where can they go?
Yeah, it is an online application. There's a paper application, but that will create more of a delay. So it's really encouraged, if you can complete it online, to go through that process online. You can locate the information at studentaid.gov. As far as the process of the application. And you're going to want to do a couple of things before actually going to complete the application. You're going to want to set up a FSA account, which is your user ID and your way to sign the form electronically. Student is going to need to do that, and the parent or contributor, as they say on the application, will also need their own FSA ID to sign the application electronically. So take those steps ahead of time. Make sure that your FSA IDs are created. It saves time when completing the application.
Perfect, Diann. Yeah, saving time is key. And of course, that money is just sitting there waiting. So apply, fill out that form and see if you can get some of that aid. Thank you for the time and the information this morning. If you missed any of that watching it, maybe it was on in the background and you need more info or your questions answered, there is a place to go and even a toll-free number. You can go to studentaid.gov or call 1-800-433-3243 for more info.